What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News. And of course, I got some new news concerning Mr. Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder was on his media conference today, and he stated that he would like the Tyson Fury fight right away, whenever Tyson Fury's ready to get into the ring, but he wants that ASAP, And of course, they asked him about Anthony Joshua, his official rival, his other rival. And he said, you know what? I'm not even talking about Anthony Joshua. They had their opportunity. They blew it. So they didn't want the fight. So they pretended like they were the only ones that were important in the heavyweight division. So we showed them that they weren't. We showed them that the best fought the best, and whoever wins out of me and Tyson Fury were the best. And he wants to see that fight again. He also said that it's because of Joshua's ego, or Eddie Hearn and Joshua's ego, is the reason why that fight didn't happen. Okay. Let me do some counterpunching on what Wilder said. First off, he said that he hasn't talked about Joshua in I don't know how long. That's not true. Every time he gets a chance to say something, anything about Joshua, he does. We all know that. That's been debunked. That's been counterpunched. Moving on. Oh, well, he acts like he's the only one that's important, and the best have to fight the best, and we showed him tonight. Well, look, none of you guys have fought Anthony Joshua. So you don't know who's the best until you guys fight each other. That's something that I agreed with Mr. Palamalanaji. He said, you're not going to know who the best is until you fight him. And I agree with that. That's why that's BS. Moving on. He also said that the ego was the reason why the fight wouldn't happen. Look, if somebody offered you a contract and you looked at it and it's the most money that you've ever seen in your whole career, probably almost more than your net growth, and I'm referring to the 12.5, and you call it slave wages, who has an ego problem, really? Right? They have an ego problem because they offered you more money, career high payday, and you wanted more. So you turned down an offer from someone that you've never received ever in your career, but they are the ones with the ego. You know what I mean? And knowing if that was any other fighter, okay, let's say if he was fighting Charles Martin, or what was the other heavyweight's name? Joseph Parker. He wouldn't have asked for that money. If that money would have came up, and if that would have been the money, hell, they could have split that 12.5, and one would have got one and one would have got the other portion. He would have been fine with it. But since it's Anthony Joshua that he knew was the golden goose, then all of a sudden it's slave wages. So no, I don't think the ego problem belongs to you, because money is your issue. It always been with Anthony Joshua. Then they offered you some more money. You didn't take that either. So I don't I don't understand what and where Deontay Wilder's coming from. I want to add also that Dante's Boxing Nation, he stated that he made a video and he compared Joshua's face-to-face with Jarrell Miller to the potential face-to-face that didn't happen because Joshua wouldn't let Deontay Wilder in the ring. Therefore, Deontay Wilder didn't go. We all know this. If those who don't, that's what happened. Deontay Wilder was hired as a commentator for Sky Sports. He was going to get paid and all that. Flew over the whole 9 yards. First class, you name it. He didn't go because he was told that he wasn't going to be able to get in the ring. The reason for that is because he hadn't signed a contract to fight Anthony Joshua, so there's no need of him coming into the ring. It's a distraction at that point. So he got pissed, butthurt, and didn't show up. But the way Dante's Boxing Nation explained it was that Deontay was looking and searching for AJ and stalking AJ. Those are the words he said, that he was stalking AJ to see him face to face, man to man. That never happened. That's an absolute lie. And I don't see why certain channels as big as that one would want to twist the actual facts. That was the only time that he was supposed to see Anthony Joshua again. The first time he saw Anthony Joshua, it was at the Klitschko fight. And he was kissing AJ's ass, giving him praises that, man, I got to do it like this in the U.S. He did not say that he wanted to fight Anthony Joshua at that time. No conversation like that mentioned. It was all buddy, good luck, man. You know, I wish you well. But then he comes back over the pond and he's Mr. Badass. Oh, no more dodging, no more ducking, Anthony Joshua. I want to fight. You know, and then it's like, okay, you didn't say that before. Kind of reminds me of Rocky 2 when Apollo, they're all in the hospital and Rocky visited Apollo. And he asked him like, hey, do you mean you give it your best? Did you mean that? And he was like, yeah, Rock. He was all beat. They're all beat up. And then as soon as the reporters came, he changed narrative. No, I'm gonna beat you, sucker. I wasn't ready. You know that. Well, you said that you gave it your best, Paul. Apollo. Why'd you say that? That's how that was. Okay, that's just what this reminded me of. Deontay Wilder did not say that in Anthony Joshua's face that he wanted to ever fight him face to face. And the only opportunity that he had, he declined because he couldn't do what he wanted to do. But he could have always met him outside that ring somewhere else. You know, so that didn't make sense to me. But how Deontay Boxing Nation, how Dante's doing it, he's trying to twist it like Deontay's been just going from place to place looking for Anthony Joshua like a Shannon Briggs tactic. That doesn't happen. He ain't seen Anthony Joshua since the Klitschko fight. That's a fact. So we can stop the malarkey with that. And he tried to compare it to Jarrell Miller. Well, look, Jarrell Miller was at that launch, that DAZN launch, because Jarrell Miller is a DAZN fighter. That's why he was there. He had a right to be there. His promoter is Eddie Hearn. Okay. So that's why he was there. So to counterpunch all that garbage that he was feeding those people, and it's sad. It's almost like these guys, they make these videos and it's like a pastor talking to them, you know, talking to the members of the church or a congregation or something. And they're buying all this bullshit. And that's not true. The facts is Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury had a two-way contract. It's been confirmed anyway. So either one of those guys could have activated that contract. So that fight wasn't going to happen. So there shouldn't even been any need of Deontay constantly talking about Anthony Joshua when he knew, you know, that Tyson Fury could get his rematch because it was already in his contract. But they were assuming they're going to knock out Tyson Fury and move on to the next one. That's what they were assuming. But karma hit their ass. That's what happens when a cherry pick goes bad. And make no mistake about it. Not saying that Tyson Fury is a cherry pick, but he was a cherry pick at the time due to his circumstances and situations. They knew to get this guy. We know that. You know what I mean? So, you know, if you look at two opponents that has two-way contract rematch clauses in their contract, why are you even talking about any other fights? It makes no sense. You know, so that's strange. You know what I mean? That's shitty in Denmark right there. Okay. But it looks like they're going to have a rematch. They should have a rematch. You know, I think that Deontay has Fury problems. And it's not the other way around. Fury does not have Deontay problems. Fury's getting all the accolades. And I think Deontay needs to redeem himself anyway. So, you know, but one thing he should do is take Anthony Joshua's name out of your mouth. You don't want to fight Anthony Joshua, fine. But if you really care about your career and where it's going, focus on the fighter in front of you. And that's how I feel about it. You guys tell me what you think about this video. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunched. Peace.